Hello and welcome back to Substream News. I am in northern Taiwan in the old mining town of Jiufen. Now, if you've seen Spirited Away, the Studio Ghibli movie, apparently it's based on this town. It's absolutely stunning. I've got a great view behind me here, but that's not the point of this video. I'm here, as always with Substream News, to deliver you the best technology news with doses of futurism, dystopia, health, science and more. So thank you for coming back. We have just had a massive wave of new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for coming and welcome to Substream News. You are now Substreamers. Let's get on with today's video. So over the last decade or so, a lot of people, millions of people around the world have got quite accustomed to having Alexa in their home. This device which helps them with things like the time, the weather, playing the radio or using some of their favorite apps. It has become a bit of a household name. And it's been free up until now. But that is about to change. Yes, Amazon is working on a big AI-powered update for Alexa, which will not be free. It will be $10 per month. So, what can we do with this new upgraded version of Alexa? Well, one thing that people are suggesting it will do is have more personally tailored results and information. One of those being specific dietary recommendations for you and your household. So if somebody's vegan, another one celiac, and another one just is allergic to seafood, it will be able to tailor results to that. It will also be able to give you local, regional, national and international news summaries, breaking down things into a very digestible format, supposedly. This, at the moment, is mostly speculation. Would you pay $120 per year for what should we call it, an extra powerful Alexa? Let me know in the comments. Let's move on to our next story. In 1923, Lars Emil Brun, a Danish butter magnate, died. He was the world's most impressive and dedicated numismatist. For those of us who don't know that word, it means coin collector. So over the course of about 6 decades of collecting, Lars had accumulated so many coins, notes and medals, and we're talking tens of thousands. It's an incredible collection. His collection had grown to the point where it could act as Denmark's backup national reserve, and he wanted it to. He loved his country, so he put a stipulation in his will that when he died, his coin collection would back up Denmark for 100 years, if ever needed. And if not ever needed and everything would be fine after 1 century, it could all be sold off to benefit his descendants. Remember, he died in 1923. So last year, 2023, his collection mysteriously reappeared from whatever vault it was kept in and started being shown to, well, let's say rich numismatists and dealers and auction houses around the world in preparation for 280 lots worth of coins, notes and medals. This is going to be world-shattering sales. So I think if Netflix is watching or Netflix has seen this news, they should be buying the rights to this story, because I'd watch it. Would you? I'd love to know about this guy's life. So let me tell you a bit about this sales. Yes, 280 lots. There are 20,000 coins up for sale, and the whole lot of stuff has been insured for $72.5 million. The first lot, the very first lot that will go on sale, has an estimated auction value of $14.6 million. That is just the first one. That's already 20% of the insurance. So one coin in that is a very impressive one that I've been seeing the news talking about, particularly rare and special, is from 1496. It's a Danish coin. That coin alone, they believe, is worth at least $700,000. Now, if you love coins or you just find this whole historical aspect of this story interesting and you want to read more, as always, we put the links in the description below. So scroll down, find this story, click the link, And while you're there, please click subscribe, as many of you have been doing. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next story. Okay, so for those of you who haven't heard of Pavel Durov, he's the CEO and founder of Telegram. If you haven't heard of Telegram, well, it's, let's imagine WhatsApp, but way safer, more private and secure, and basically big tech doesn't have access to read your messages, which it does with WhatsApp. Let's be honest, like WhatsApp knows what you're talking about, but Telegram is allegedly very safe and secure and encrypted and private. Now, there's good and bad things that come from that. The good thing is you can message your friends and contacts privately without, big tech reading and remarketing and doing all sorts of stuff with your data. On the other side, there are nefarious individuals who do a hell of a lot of bad stuff through Telegram. It's a bit like the crypto argument, right? It's very useful, positive technology can innovate. Also, some people will use it for bad. Unfortunately, a lot of technology falls into that bracket, the duality of innovation. What about Pavel? Well, he's a pretty interesting individual. We talked about him in a recent video and how he's allegedly fathered over 100 children. He's like a prolific sperm donor, and he sees himself as a bit of a god amongst men. He really has a very high opinion of himself as a kind of ultra fit billionaire individual. He believes he's a super intellect or something along those lines. Well, he has been arrested in France. This has been making global news. It's been front page headline news across the world, and they've held him and they're trying to charge him with a series of charges. This really is an existential issue for Telegram. They want to make it more compliant, they want to regulate it, or they want to shut it down. So Telegram is under siege, let's say, and we don't really know whether Pavel can stop them. It's not looking good for Telegram. So why am I telling you all of this? Because this is now pretty common current news. I'm telling you because you may want to get ahead of the curve in case something bad happens, and pivot now, sooner rather than later. Get prepared. I'm going to give you the best Telegram alternatives just in case. Okay, first, this is Telegram's biggest rival. It's called Signal. It's, according to technologists, superior in every single way, open source, doesn't collect user data, and can be used over pretty much every device and operating system, the more modern ones, of course. Next, we have Wire. It's also open sourced. It's a messaging app about 10 years old. Now, this one specifically is aimed for business people, law enforcement and government agencies. That's probably why it's called Wire. It's probably some kind of reference to that. And its end-to-end encryption and collaboration tools are allegedly very good. Next, we have Session. This is a blockchain-based one. It's decentralized. It's built on the Signal protocol, so it's related to Signal. And it has extra tools like IP masking, and you don't require a phone number or email requirement. It also routes messages, and its setup design is similar to Tor network, the Onion. So you may be familiar with that. It taps into Loki network to protect user identities. And I will give you one more. The final one is called Dust. It's a secure messaging app focused on privacy, but it's not open source. It does offer end-to-end encryption, and messages automatically self-destruct and properly self-destruct. Users can also erase messages from both their own device and the other person's device. No data is stored on any server. So, my question is, does Pavel Durov's arrest create an existential crisis for Telegram? And if yes, and you agree so, which of these alternatives do you see yourself pivoting to? Have you pivoted already? Please drop some knowledge bombs in the comments. If you believe Signal is the absolute don and you were never even into Telegram, let us know. Tell us, where should other substreamers go to communicate? Let's move on. Okay, Vladimir. This is a amazing story I absolutely love. So Vladimir was a beluga whale from Russia, caught, attached with a harness and camera, and sent to Norway to spy. It was spotted in Finland as well, and it's unfortunately been found dead. This is a very strange story. Vladimir is 4.2 meters long. 1,225 kilos, and he was first seen by the island of Ingoya near the Arctic city of Hammerfest back in April 2019. And when they caught him, he had a harness on that said Equipment St. Petersburg, so that's how they knew he was from Russia. His name, Vladimir, is really, really funny because Hval is the Norwegian word for whale, and Vladimir is reference to Vladimir Putin. So they've combined it to create this word, and I think it's a great name. And I want to say, rest in peace, Vladimir. Not that spying is a good thing, but he was just a cute beluga whale, and he is really cute. You can see in the pictures. So leave your rest in peace comments down in the comments section, and while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe. Let's go on. Here's one for you. What if we could make cloud storage obsolete? Well, some technologists are actually working on this, and this is really interesting because technology often moves in a linear way. We move forward, innovation. It's not often you see major innovations made on older hardware, especially. So we moved on from USB drives for the most part a long time ago, and people use the cloud. We pay monthly subscriptions to the cloud, and it automatically saves, and it helps us in many numerous ways. And it saves us from having to carry around hard drives and pen drives and things like that, because not many people find that very convenient. Well, now, what am I referencing? Well, a new 1.2 terabyte tiny little hard drive, this big, like a small USB stick. That's 1,000 gigabytes. It's a dual USD hard drive that you can even use with your phone. So it's USB-C and USB 3.2. So yeah, it's got two different heads on it. And if you want to use iPhone, like Lightning port, there is an adapter for it. They cost, on sale, $75, retail just over $100, and they can transfer data very high speed. They say about 30 megabytes per second, so that would be a whole movie in 10 to 15 seconds. They can store about 300 hours of HD footage too, so quite incredible. Now, I've included this story because I find it very interesting to see an alternative technology pushing cloud technology to be better, and for these technologists to ask, did we fully explore the capabilities of the USB drive, and could we add more value to them in 2024? The answer appears to be yes. And if you add up all of the years and monthly subscriptions you have paid on cloud storage, this device would save you time and money. Arguably, depends on your personal use. Anyway, let's move on to our final story. And now to finish on a lighter note, or should I say a lower note. So this is very interesting. I just recently stumbled across this video, and it seems I am very late to the party because it already has 45 million views and is 4 years old. But someone put me onto this video, and I think it's brilliant. It just says, listen to this to fix your iPhone, fix your phone, basically, if you get water in the ports. All it is low bassy sounds and psychedelic images. Now, the psychedelic images don't fix your phone. They do not contribute whatsoever. But the low bassy sounds use a very interesting audio technique. So if you actually think about speakers, they are pushing air out. You've probably felt it on older speakers. The louder the sound and more bassy it is, you can see the speaker moving and feel the air blowing, right? Now, all this creator has got the lowest bassiest sound, and you put it at the highest volume, and the speakers at the bottom of your phone here just push, bomb, 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 and the water will be ejected. Now, Apple has already been using this technology for a while. If you have an Apple Watch and you notice the little dots, no, I don't actually, but the little dots where water could get in, where the sound is, actually are built in with this same technology that uses low bassy sounds to push water out. And there's a feature somewhere that says eject, and that's exactly what it does. I thought that was an interesting bit of knowledge, especially for you. If you ever drop your phone in water and having issues with the audio, think back to me standing here in Jiufen, Taiwan, telling you about this video. It's worth it. This could be a core memory you're unlocking right now. Anyway, guys, I've got bubble tea to drink, braised pork and rice to eat, and a little hike to go do. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching. So happy to have you here, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be recording from Taipei. Until then, this was Substream News. I'm Joseph. Let's go.